my name is Amber. This is my channel, A Foxglove's Handiwork. I am so excited to share with you all my haul from an estate sale, the bins, and just a Goodwill. I'm sitting in my back kitchen area. This beautiful afternoon light is golden. It's beautiful. I'm taking advantage of it. So here we are. So the first place I went to was an estate sale. The house was in an old historic kind of well-to-do neighborhood. And so just walking through the house itself was so cool. Like this beautiful quarter sawn doors, and it was really cool. So these kind of like sheepskin, oh, it just so that there was a hole. Well, they were $2. And they're kind of actually a little small for me, but I think they're great backups to have in the car. And there's another mending project. If you haven't seen my visual mending video, make sure to check that out. I'll pop that down below. Yeah, so there we go. Another little mending project. Got these for $2. I always look for the linens. So there's 2 of them, pillowcases. Just thought so beautiful. They have zippers. Yeah, just really beautiful. I love blue kind of periwinkle color. So I got 2 of those. I got a dainty little frame. I think they charged me $1. Oh, it looks very golden in the sunlight. Oh, it is kind of golden. It kind of has a silvery, it's a more kind of white golden. It's really pretty in the sunlight. Totally tell that it's older based on the back. I mean, I almost love the back as much as I love the front. That was a good little find. And some sheets. I had never bought actual sheets. I tend to get pillowcases, but I thought this warm peach tone with these little flowers. This is a pillowcase. I thought it was so beautiful, kind of very 70s, which I'm making a comeback, and very spring-like. So I grabbed those. Came with a top sheet, which honestly, I could, I imagined maybe this becomes a tablecloth or a dress. I just thought of that idea right now. That could be really pretty. So again, right, the options endless. And the final thing I got from the estate sale was this, the Druid Animal Oracle with the sacred animals of the Druid tradition. I have been binging archaeology documentaries on YouTube lately. I really like archaeology. As a child, that's what I wanted to pursue. And I do think, I like digging. I like searching for things, and which I now do at the Goodwill bins or gardening in my plant. So, but they've been talking about the Stone Age and Druids, and so it's just the book. It doesn't have the oracle cards. It has some blank ones, which I'm kind of bummed. That would have been cool if it had the cards. Yeah, I thought it was $3. I thought that was kind of a cool find. So then I went to the Goodwill bins and I got a cart. I know, I got a cart. I was prepared with a bag. I had the last one. If you've never been to the bins, there are rarely carts. So there's more soft stuff, fabrics, linens, all of that. So occasionally they have miscellaneous home good types, which unfortunately gets broken. So that's definitely a reason, being careful, why many people wear gloves. Not only because it's kind of dirty, but sometimes there's broken pottery. But I found a neti pot. I actually have one made of plastic, but I kind of like this white ceramic. You don't know what a neti pot is? Man, I'm a little stuffed up now, so maybe I'll clean this and use it. And without getting too graphic, you put salt, warm water with salt and you tip over your sink and you let the warm salt water go through your sinuses. It is disgusting, but it really works. So if you have a clogged nose, consider this. I found a jar. I'm a sucker for these jars. I have my shelving with all my pasta and rice and raisins, but it's like a vintage IKEA. Or I'm assuming it's vintage because that looks vintage IKEA. So that was, picked that up. The other kind of like hard thing was this brass candlestick. It has had some love. It has had some journeys. Easy enough to clean up and great addition to my collection. These hangers, just like really simplistic, wooden, really pretty. There's only 2 of them. I wish there'd been more. I'm dreaming of doing some local pop-ups of either reselling stuff that I've thrifted or some of the stuff that I've made. And so I thought these would look really attractive with garments hanging on them. To the soft stuff. One of the first things I picked up was I saw this quilt and I kind of passed it by. I was like, I got a quilt last time I was here. You know, it's not nearly as big, but it reminded me of the quilted jackets that are super popular right now. Some people have been reusing old quilts and turning them into jackets. That's what I envisioned when I saw this. I actually thought it was a jacket at first. And so then once that idea popped in my head, I was like, maybe we can make a jacket. Also, Irma Miller, wherever you may be, or if you have passed on, thank you for this quilt, and I'm happy to give it a new life. So this will be the Irma jacket. Okay, and then I also found this like partially quilted, you can see it better on this side, partially quilted fabric. It's the quilt sandwich. You got the top, the bottom, the batting, the stitching. So I picked it up because you never know. You never know. Possibilities, endless. And then I picked up a few, they're kind of organized here, cloth napkins. I think I've mentioned it before, I think in my last thrift video. I love picking up cloth napkins because not only using cloth napkins when I'm having a meal or as rags, but they make great sustainable wrapping paper, right? So wrapping a gift in this, and then they have that other thing, or like fresh bread. So I thought this was so darn sweet. We have the vegetables. There's no stains on it, which is nice. It's 100% cotton. Good find. This one had the cuts of meat on it. It is from Stonewall Kitchen. And sometimes, if you go to a kitchen store, these tea towels can be kind of expensive. Which I'm sure rightly so, but it's fun to find. Here's another just towel. It definitely has a nice quality to it. So whether you're using it as a napkin, it could have some embroidery. Here is a more dainty napkin, which it's just one and it's folded. Ooh, and I'm just seeing some blue. I'm gonna turn this to the camera. It's not, it probably was words at one point. Goes all the way along this edge. I can't quite read it. Oh yeah, there's a word that says size. Really pretty, kind of a mushroomy color, and then this beautiful embroidery work that it's the negative is the detail for, it's kind of an oak leaf. Those embroidery stitches. Oh, and in the sunlight, beautiful. And then I saw a little linen runner. This does have some stains on it. Ooh, looks so good here. Right here, it's catching the sun. You can see it bouncing off my face. This has some really sweet flower and a butterfly. I might cut this up and use it in my party banners garland that will eventually make a video on. I picked up some yarn and I saw this bundle and I was like, ooh, I love the colors, earthy, it's really soft, but I was like, it might be acrylic. Sometimes acrylic can be very soft. But then I saw this one, which is the exact same, and it has a tag, and it said, I saw merino wool, so I snapped it. 80% machine wash merino wool, 20% nylon. So that was a great find. And then there was these burgundy balls of yarn, no tag. It's scratchy, so maybe it's wool. Kind of speaking of my banners, found this skirt, which I just thought was so fun. Let's see, here's another shirt that really cool. I have a hard time wearing white because I always get it dirty. It does not stay white, but so I thought either I give this a try, springtime, or it becomes triangles for this banner idea. Because I thought, that'd be so pretty, floating in the air. So this would just be a shirt, but it's Free People, which is a good brand and can be really expensive. But just this like super soft, kind of a mustardy, like mustard color long sleeve shirt. On more shirts, I actually got this sweater there at the bins. This is a J. Crew merino wool, always searching the wool. And I have just realized one reason I don't wear gloves when I go to the bins is because my sense of touch is as much of an indicator for materials as my eyes. I've learned that. Like, I have strength, as you may say. I also work in a school, and so I'm interacting with germs all the time. So I feel like I got some immune system from that, but I do wash my hands. Either I have, hand sanitizer in the car, wash my hands when I get home. But I have found I'm getting really good at just touching a garment and knowing that it is wool. So I picked up this Calvin Klein sweater, which is merino wool. Beautiful. It's blue. So whether this is a sweater, it gets given to a friend. And then this one is a beautiful brown turtleneck sweater, and it is also merino wool. And it's a cool tag, this side and that side, but it says made in Italy, cashmere. So either for myself or giving to someone as a friend of mine for a gift. Beautiful, soft wool garment. Found this groovy little pouch. It was one of those things where I was like, do I need it? But I like it. Maybe. So I picked it up. So all of that from the bins that I showed you, it was $22. Great. I feel very happy with that haul. Last but not least is my final stop at a just typical Goodwill store. I found this in the crafts section, Craft Village flower tiles. And so it doesn't have it on the materials list. I hope it's the right way, or I'll flip it if it's the wrong. It lists a lot more than what's left in there. So moss, straw flower, German status, bunch of other things. I'm tired. But it does have the moss, and it has, oh, maybe those are all the different flowers in this one bundle. I was like, oh, it's just the one flower. I can see that there's different flowers in there, and it is scented, so it's like a potpourri. There are the directions, there's some examples. So I thought that's really neat. And I like drying flowers, using dried flowers. If you saw, I made a video where I used dried carnations to make a wreath. Pop that video up in the corner for you. Also in the craft area, this little book, and not so much for it as a book, but the paper is really textured and really, has like things in it. So I thought this would be great for crafting, making cards. And then this bag of animal wool of undetermined origin. So I took a risk I smelt it. And it smells clean. Definitely seems like, oh, well, I mean, I presume it's a sheep, right? I do know that other animals, you can use their fur, hair. There's a brown blob. Oh, there's a little ball for needle felting. Ooh, I am just making all the references to my other videos. Needle felting is another craft I've been journeying into. I made a little gingerbread ornament that was so darling. Make sure to check out that one if you are interested in needle felting. Smells clean. Oh. Oh, I bet someone started spinning, was trying to spin with it. I did not. Oh, I love that. A channel you should definitely check out is Jente's channel. Mine Wolden. I'll make sure to link it. She does fabulous videos spinning wool, and I've learned so much about spinning and wool and fiber arts and stuff from her. So if you are also into different types of fiber shenanigans, definitely go check her out. But that's cool. So this was $7. I thought that was a reasonable. I bought some roving. That's what this was called, wool roving, online. And it can, it varies, right? But I thought that was a good price. I found some green twine. Great for gift wrapping, or just, you never know when you need some twine. Last time I went to Goodwill, I grabbed a bunch of fabric. There was more fabric. This like beautiful mustard color with these periwinkle flowers. And then this is, it's different types of chard, like Swiss chard. And it's a beautiful, beautiful print. So I thought like, ooh, some sort of like gardening garment or something with that. Found these mugs, like little peaches or apples. And then this side has a pear for $3 for the two of them. I thought that was a pretty good price. Oh, and there's at the bottom, at first I just saw those green little leaves. But now that I actually have more time, it says made in England on the bottom. Ooh, that's exciting. I have a little mug collection going. Here's another mug that is, I presume, is homemade. We have a signature, beautiful blue and an earthy brown. And look at that handle. I thought it's perfect. Like your two, let me show you from this side. Like the two fingers just fit almost, and then your hands can go underneath. It almost fits better. Huh? Anyway, that was a good find. And that's it. Thank you so much for following along. I love thrifting, almost to a fault. But part of the joy is sharing with you all, sharing with you my ideas, hearing how you might use the objects or what things jumped out to you. I have just loved this journey of being more conscious about my thrifting and being more conscious about what I'm buying. And the other day I was thinking, like, I have not bought any brand new clothing for a long time, which feels really good, knowing that a lot of the clothing I wear, items that I'm using, are having a second life. I'm giving them a second life. And if you enjoy thinking about sustainability, slow fashion, DIYs, you've come to the right place. So thank you so much for following along. I really appreciate your comments. They mean a lot. There's an object that really jumped out to you. I'd love to know about it down in the comments, and I'll be sure to respond back. I have an Instagram at a.fox.gloves.handiwork, where I post more of some of my projects and other things that I'm doing. So until next time, goodbye.